Welcome to Storylight. In today's video, Sarah will tell you about her life as a housewife. We'll also learn some interesting vocabulary and expressions from her story to help you improve your English skills. So let's get started. Listen carefully. Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is the story of my journey as a housewife. Growing up, I was always a bit of a rebel. I questioned societal norms and dreamed of breaking free from the expected path. But life has a funny way of surprising you. After meeting James, my high school sweetheart, things just fell into place. We got married young, and soon after, I found myself embracing the role of a housewife. The early days were challenging. I had never been one for domestic chores, and the idea of spending my days cleaning and cooking seemed mundane. But as time passed, I realized there was beauty in the simplicity of it all. I found joy in creating a warm and welcoming home for my family, in making meals that brought us together at the end of the day. Being a housewife is more than just cooking and cleaning. It's about creating a haven, a safe space where my family can unwind and be themselves. It's about being there for them, supporting them through life's ups and downs. Of course, there are moments of doubt and frustration. There are days when I question my choices, when I long for something more. But then I look around me, at the life James and I have built together, and I know that this is where I'm meant to be. Being a housewife has taught me patience, resilience, and the importance of slowing down and appreciating the little things. It has taught me that you don't need to be constantly striving for more to be happy, that sometimes happiness is found in the quiet moments, in the everyday routines. So here I am, a housewife, a title I never thought I would embrace, and yet I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. For in this simple life, I have found a happiness and contentment that I never knew existed. Let's learn some interesting words and expressions. Understanding these words will help you to enhance your English skills. Let's start. Mundane, something that is ordinary or not interesting. Example, his job was mundane, so he decided to find a more exciting career. Haven, a safe or peaceful place. Example, her bedroom is her haven where she can relax and unwind. Long for, to have a strong desire or yearning for something. Example, she longed for a vacation after months of working nonstop. Resilience, the ability to recover from difficulties. Example, despite the setbacks, her resilience helped her succeed. Striving, making a great effort to achieve something. Example, she is striving to become the best student in her class. Contentment, a state of being happy and satisfied. Example, after finishing her project, she felt a sense of contentment. Chores, routine tasks, especially household ones. Example, doing the dishes is one of her daily chores. Break free from, to escape from a situation or relationship. Example, she decided to break free from her toxic job and start her own business. Fell into place, things happened in a satisfactory way without much effort. Example, after years of hard work, everything fell into place and she finally achieved her dream. Ups and downs, the good and bad times in life. Example, every relationship has its ups and downs. It's important to work through them together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons. Until then, keep shining bright with Storylight. Welcome to Storylight. In today's video, Sarah will tell you about her life on farm. We'll also learn some interesting vocabulary and expressions from her story to help you improve your English skills. So, let's get started. Listen carefully.
Every day on our farm is a new adventure, filled with hard work, laughter, and the beauty of nature. The day starts early on the farm. I wake up to the sound of roosters crowing and the sun rising over the horizon. After a quick breakfast, it's time to start the morning chores. My father and I gather fresh eggs from the chicken coop, ensuring each hen has a cozy nest and collecting eggs still warm to the touch. My mother heads to the barn to feed the animals, ensuring they have plenty of fresh hay and water. Finally, my siblings and I check on the crops, inspecting each plant for signs of growth and health, and watering as needed. There's always something to be done, but the work is rewarding. As the day progresses, we tackle various tasks around the farm. My father may repair fences, my mother might mend a leaky roof, and my siblings and I tend to the garden, carefully planting new seeds and ensuring they're properly cared for. Amidst the work, there are moments of peace and tranquility, like when we take a break under the shade of a tree, savoring the simple pleasure of a cool breeze. After lunch, we continue our work around the farm. My father might fix a tractor, my mother moves livestock to new pastures, and my siblings and I mend fences. Each task is a part of our daily routine, and each one brings us closer to our goals. In the late afternoon, we gather as a family. We talk about our day, share stories, and plan for tomorrow. It's a time to connect and bond, strengthening our family ties. As the sun sets, we wind down for the day. We gather around a bonfire, roast marshmallows, and enjoy the peacefulness of the evening. It's a time to reflect on the day's work and to appreciate the simple joys of farm life. Before bed, we check on the animals one last time. We make sure they have enough food and water and are comfortable for the night. It's a peaceful end to a busy day. As I lay down to sleep, I feel grateful for another day spent in harmony with the land and the animals that call our farm home. Each day brings its challenges and rewards, but through it all, I wouldn't trade this life for anything.
Let's learn some interesting words and expressions. Understanding these words will help you to enhance your English skills. Let's start. Start the day off, to begin the day. Example, I like to start the day off with a cup of coffee. Chicken coop. A chicken coop is a small enclosure or shelter where chickens are kept. Example, we gather fresh eggs from the chicken coop every morning. Barn. A large building on a farm used for storing crops, hay, and housing livestock. Example, my mother heads to the barn to feed the animals every morning. Tackle tasks. To deal with or handle tasks. Example, we need to tackle these chores before it gets dark. Tend to take care of or look after something. Example, I need to tend to the garden and pull out the weeds. Livestock. Farm animals kept for their meat, milk, or wool. Example, the farmer raised cattle and sheep as livestock on his farm. Pasture. A field covered with grass where animals graze. Example, the cows were let out to pasture in the morning. Mend. To repair something that is broken or damaged. Example, I need to mend my bike tire before I can ride it again. Strengthen family ties. To make the bond between family members stronger. Example, spending time together as a family can strengthen family ties. Wind down. To relax and prepare to go to bed. Example, after a long day, I like to wind down with a good book. Check on. To look at or examine something to make sure it is okay. Example, I need to check on the plants to see if they need water. Harmony. A peaceful agreement or balance. Example, the colors in the painting were in harmony with each other. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons. Until then, keep shining bright with Storylight. Welcome to Storylight. In today's video, Lena will tell you about her life as an introvert. We'll also learn some interesting vocabulary and expressions from her story to help you improve your English skills. So, let's get started. Listen carefully. Hello, my name is Lena, and I'd like to share with you a glimpse into my world as an introvert. For as long as I can remember, I've found solace in the quiet moments, the ones where the world slows down and I can hear my own thoughts clearly. Growing up, I was often labeled as shy or reserved, but I've come to realize that my introversion is not a flaw, but a fundamental part of who I am. I find joy in the simple things like reading a book in a cozy corner or taking a quiet walk in nature. My introversion has allowed me to see the world in a unique way. I notice the small details that others might overlook, like the way sunlight filters through the leaves or the sound of rain tapping gently on the window pane. These moments fill me with a sense of wonder and gratitude for the beauty that surrounds us. While some may see my quiet nature as a barrier, I've found that it's actually a bridge that connects me deeply with others. I may not speak often, but when I do, my words are thoughtful and sincere. I never felt lonely. I had a rich inner world that kept me company, filled with dreams, ideas, and reflections. I found that I could be alone without feeling lonely, a realization that brought me great comfort. As I entered adolescence, I began to struggle with my introversion. I felt pressure to be more outgoing, to socialize more and assert myself in group settings. I tried to be someone I wasn't, pushing myself to be more extroverted in an attempt to fit in. But the more I tried to change, the more unhappy I became. I realized that I was denying a fundamental part of myself, that my introversion was not something to be ashamed of, but something to be embraced. I began to embrace my introversion, to see it not as a limitation, but as a gift. I learned to set boundaries for my own well-being, recognizing that my need for solitude was not selfish, but necessary for my mental and emotional health. Through my journey of self-discovery, I have learned to embrace my introversion fully. I no longer see it as a hindrance, but as a source of strength, a trait that enriches my life in countless ways. I hope that my story has shed some light on what it means to be an introvert, and that it has inspired you to embrace your own unique qualities, whatever they may be. Introversion is not something to be overcome, but something to be celebrated, for it is a part of what makes each of us uniquely ourselves. Let's learn some interesting words and expressions. Understanding these words will help you to enhance your English skills. Let's start. Introversion means being more interested in your thoughts than in spending time with others. Example, his introversion made it difficult for him to socialize at parties. Reserve, not showing or talking about your feelings or thoughts. Example, he showed reserve by not revealing his true feelings about the situation. Reflection, serious thought or consideration. Example, after the argument, she sat in reflection, considering her actions and feelings. Quiet moments, times of peace or tranquility. Example, in the early morning, she enjoyed quiet moments on the porch, sipping her coffee. Assertion, a confident and forceful statement of fact or belief. Example, he made the assertion that he would win the game. Deny, refuse to admit the truth or existence of something. Example, she denied any involvement in the prank despite the evidence against her. Slows down, to become less active or fast-paced. Example, as she walked along the beach, life seemed to slow down and she could relax. Quiet walk, a peaceful stroll, typically in a quiet or secluded area. Example, taking a quiet walk in the park helped clear her mind after a long day. Hindrance, a thing that provides resistance, delay, or obstruction to something or someone. Example, bad weather was a hindrance to our plans for a picnic. Overlook, to fail to notice or consider something. Example, don't overlook the importance of eating breakfast every day. To fill with a sense of wonder is to make someone feel amazed or surprised. Example, the beautiful sunset filled her with a sense of wonder. Speak often, to talk frequently or regularly. Example, she doesn't speak often, but when she does, it's worth listening to. Push oneself, to make an effort to achieve something, often beyond one's comfort zone. Example, she pushed herself to finish the marathon despite the pain. Thank you for watching our story about learning English. Keep practicing and stay motivated, and soon you'll find yourself speaking English more confidently. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons. Until then, keep shining bright with Storylight,